Once upon a time, in a peaceful village, there was a man named Nam. Nam was a hard-working farmer, but his life was not easy. He faced many problems and difficulties that made him sad and worried. Every day, Nam would think about how to solve these problems, but the more he thought, the more stuck he felt. Have you ever felt that life is too difficult and you don't know how to solve your problems? Share your story in the comments below. One day, while strolling in the forest to find some peace, Nam met a wise man, known for his deep and insightful advice. Nam decided to ask the wise man about how to solve his problem. Nam approached the wise man and said, "Sir, I am facing many problems in my life and I don't know how to solve them. Can you help me?" The wise man smiled and said, "Of course, I will help you. But first, you have to do something for me. Take care of my 50 camels for a night. When all of them are asleep, you can sleep too." Nam found this request quite strange. He agreed. He started leading the camels to a spacious area to rest. That night, Nam tried his best to make all the camels sleep. He ran from one camel to another, coaxing and persuading them to lie down. However, all his efforts were in vain. Some camels lay down and slept, but many others remained standing and wandering around. Have you ever tried your best to solve a problem that seemed impossible to solve? Share your story in the comments below. Throughout the night, Nam couldn't sleep a wink. He felt helpless and exhausted, but he didn't give up. He kept trying, but the number of camels that wouldn't sleep was still greater than those that did. The next morning, the wise man came and asked Nam, "Were you able to sleep?" Nam sighed and replied, "No, I couldn't sleep at all. Some camels slept, but many others wouldn't. I tried my best, but didn't make all of them sleep." The wise man smiled and said, "If I'm not mistaken, some camels lay down and slept on their own without you doing anything. Others slept because of your efforts. But there were also some camels that, no matter how hard you tried, still wouldn't sleep." Nam nodded in agreement. Yes, that's exactly what happened. The wise man looked at Nam with deep eyes and said, "Life is like these camels. Some problems will resolve themselves over time. Some other problems require your efforts to solve. But there are also problems that, no matter how hard you try, cannot be solved. So you should leave those unsolvable problems to time. Solve the problems you can, or ignore those you can't solve. But don't live with those problems forever." Nam felt a light shining in his mind. He realized that he had been too worried about unsolvable problems, which had made his life stressful and sad. Nam thanked the wise man and decided to change his perspective on life. What did you learn from Nam's story? Share your thoughts with us. From that day on, Nam began applying the wise man's advice to his daily life. He no longer tried to solve every problem on his own. Instead, he focused on what he could control and accepted what he couldn't change. Nam's life became lighter and happier. He found joy in small things and appreciated peaceful moments with family and friends. Nam realized that sometimes we need to let time solve certain problems. We need to learn to let go and accept that there are things beyond our control. The important thing is to live happily and be grateful for what we have, instead of worrying about what we can't change. Nam became a calm and optimistic man. Whenever he faced difficulties, he remembered the wise man's advice and reminded himself that not all problems need to be solved immediately. Some problems will naturally disappear over time, and we just need to be patient and wait. In the end, Nam not only learned how to live a simpler and happier life, but he also inspired those around him. He became someone everyone loved and respected, not because he could solve all problems, but because he knew how to accept and live harmoniously with life. Thank you for following our story. If you find this story meaningful and inspiring, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel to not miss other interesting stories. Let's spread the message of patience and gratitude together.